Welcome to POL Classics. Be sure to check out the best of POL from over the years. It's at its most popular day and time, and guess what? It's only on WNEP+.
WNEP proudly presents the premier outdoor show in northeastern and central Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania Outdoor Life, your window to the great outdoors. Tonight on Pennsylvania Outdoor Life.
We'll start you off with a fly casting lesson on the Delaware River. Then we'll hook into a couple of brown trout, and we'll show you what we caught on camera.
The hooks are all baited. Pennsylvania Outdoor Life starts right now.
Good evening and welcome to Pennsylvania Outdoor Life. I'm Ken Hunter and I'm here with Don Jacobs. And Jake, I can't believe it's already the middle of May practically, and very importantly, it's Mother's Day.
Okay, let's do it.
Hey,
Happy Mother's Day!
Happy Mother's Day,
okay.
all the mothers. Now we're in the clear. We don't have to get anything now, right?
All right, that's done now. Okay.
It's also turkey season, though.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, still some turkey hunting going on and some trout fishing going on. So.
Yes, and especially along the Delaware River. I mean, that is known for its trout fishing. And of course, we've got field staff member Jim Kostalnik positioned right around Hancock, New York on the Delaware River. He called us up a couple of weeks ago and said, let's get out and go after some big browns. We had to get a lesson first, and here's how it went.
We're on the west branch of the Delaware River, just above our no-kill section, and we're going to fish brown trout. And the reason we're fishing brown trout today is this upper section of the river predominantly holds browns, and the water's high. And when the water's high, those big fish go tight to the banks. They want to get out of that big heavy current. And what they're feeding on are basically streamers, which are imitating the alewife, which is a bait fish in the reservoir. And we're going to throw this the majority of the day. That's just big white looking. If I put it in that flat water right there, and as soon as it hits, I know that it's not in the spot, I'll say pick it up again, Jake. As soon as it hits, you don't want to let it sink, because that sink line goes down to the bottom and it's harder to lift, okay? So what I would do is this. I would go pick it up again, Jake. Go here, bang, let it go. It's real easy. You're just going to get a feel for it, and it's not going to be hard for you. All right, come on up here and just make a couple.
I'm not going to be casting all that far then.
No, you're going to be casting about 25, 30 feet.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. You got, yeah, that's a fair amount of line right there. Now, all of this line just spares stuff right in the stripping deck.
Okay.
There you go.
Bring it up right
Yep.
there.
See how easy that's through? Recast. You got it, buddy. That's the program all day. I'm going to be on the oars. You're going to be up front, locked into leg brace. And my job is to basically keep you parallel to all of the shoreline. As I said before, the browns are tight to the banks. When we fished here yesterday, we ended up putting 4 in the net, nice sized fish, and they were all in the grass. And when I mean tight, inches from shore. So my job is going to be to keep you a good casting distance from the shoreline, keep the boat straight, parallel the shoreline. You put the streamer right in by the grass in a couple strips, and we'll do that the majority of the time. Shoreline. All right, if you don't like it, pick it up and hit it again. That's the kind right there, Don boy. And you'll see him flash on that, Jake.
Is this a popular time to fish the Delaware?
This is kind of early. Delaware's noted for its dry fly fishing, its mayfly hatches. And this time of year, we don't have a lot of bugs starting. And now just a warm day today, we'll probably see some little black stoneflies coming hatching, and we'll see them on the water. Matter of fact, I see a couple going through here now. But predominantly with the high water conditions and cold water, the hatches aren't starting yet. As it warms up, as we get into the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks, May, June, July, the dry flies are all over the place. We're fishing streamers. What happens with this high water, this is coming over the top of the reservoir. And as it comes over the top of the reservoir, over the dam, it brings with it the alewife, which are the main bait fish in the reservoir. So it's just a food source thing. It's Pavlov's dog. You know, that's what they've been seeing, and that's what they're going to eat. Okay, we're going to go down and across. I'm going to turn the boat sideways, go right down the middle. There you go. Now you got to strip fast. We're going to be fishing a heavier rod. Normally, if we're fishing dry flies, we'd fish a 4-5 or maybe a 6-weight rod. We're going to be fishing a 9-foot-long 7-weight with a sinking line. And the reason, again, we want to get this fly to where the fish are. They're on the shoreline, which is normally shallower water, but with conditions with the water as high as it is, as soon as this sinking line hits, it's going to drop, it's going to take the fly with it, and this fly has a cone head, a steel cone head on the front, so it's going to jig. As you strip it, it's going to jig up and down, just like a normal jig a guy would fish on a spin rod. And it's conditions that we're fishing here. We're not going to see very many people out here, but hopefully we'll be able to get to see a couple of those big browns that I told you so much about. As I said, later on in the season, more bugs, more fishermen, everybody's fishing on the surface. See that rock underwater? Hit it, right there, that big black rock. Dandy. Perfect, twitch. Nice, nice. And use, when I say twitch, just, it's a strip. You try not to use your rod tip, because when you do this, you create slack underneath your tip. So it's all with your line hand. This way, if you get a strike, you're direct right to the fish, you know?
We decided to take a break. Jim and Curly pulled up to an island and prepared an incredible shoreside lunch. After a morning of fishing, we were certainly ready to eat. We can only hope the fish are ready to eat when we take back to the water. Okay, now at this point I thought the lunch was going to be the highlight of the trip, okay? We've got Curly, who's running the camera boat for Brian, and Jim, and we went a couple of miles and we didn't have a strike yet. So we're having lunch, and guess what? I guess you have to stick around and see what we get after lunch, later. Right?
But you know what I liked about it, Jake, is I think positioning is very important.
He said that, yeah.
And having that guide position the boat so you can concentrate on your fishing. Boy, what a way to go.
Yes,
I like that.
And you have to watch what's coming up after a very short break. We're going to take a break, and then we're going to head back to the river after lunch for some Delaware browns.
Oh, gorgeous fish. Thanks, bud. You're welcome. We worked hard for it. Yeah, we did.
We'll have even more POL Classics on WNEP Plus right after this.
Welcome back to Pennsylvania Outdoor Life. You know, Jake, the Delaware River is not only known for its great trout fishing, it's also known for its great shad fishing. Now, I understand that the shad are running, but they're a little behind. The water's been very cold this year especially, and I understand that they're now just a little bit above Easton, so they're a little further downriver than they would normally be. So they're on their way.
They're
for
on
those
their
who are
way.
interested in the shad fishing.
So for all of you shad fishermen,
Yes.
for all of you people that wanted to check out and see if we did catch some fish on the Delaware River that day, let's go back to the Delaware River with Jim Kostalnik as we go after some Delaware browns. After lunch, we got back on the river with a new sense of optimism. The day was too perfect to be fishless. If I hook one of these, is there any key to getting it in? What are you going to be telling me if I've got one on the line?
Again, as far as finesse, all we need to do is get this by the shoreline, but we're fishing very heavy tippet. This is 12, 13-pound tippet. So when we hook these fish, unless he's a monster, you know, 25, 26 inches, you can just hold them, and if as he runs a little, let him go. But we're going to just honk him right in. We're going to net him, and being that he didn't exert a lot of energy, he's going to be jumping around in the net, and, you know, hopefully we're going to put a couple in the net today.
And then it happened.
Tension, raise the rod, strip, 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 strip. You got him? Tension on him, that's it. Okay, good. All right, keep his head. Oh, he's running, he's running, he's running. Okay, now get him on the reel and reel. There you go, okay.
Now.
All right, just keep his head up. Okay, reel down to the fish, reel down to him. That's it, right there. Okay, good. That's it. Nice, nice. What does he look like?
Nice size.
Nice,
Nice
good.
size, yep.
Brownie?
Nice size, yeah.
Yeah? Oh yeah.
Yep.
Turn to the left. Drop them. We got the water bottle in there with the brown.
All right.
We forgot we put that water bottle in there. Here, take that.
Sure. Oh, look at the size of him. That's a wild brownie from the
Yes, it is. All right, you hold the net.
Sure.
Keep in the water.
Let's show these people what this looks like, Jim.
See where you got him? Right in the corner of the lip. Give the folks at home a little look.
Yeah. Now this is definitely a wild one. Oh,
This
look
is
at the
wild.
color on him. Oh, gorgeous fish. Thanks, bud.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
We worked hard for him.
Yeah, we did, but what an experience. He whacked that too.
Look at the colors on
That's
him.
beautiful. Male, female, can you tell?
It's a male. See the little hook
Yep.
on the jaw there?
Yep. Ryan, what do you say? Look at that.
Let him go, Jake.
Release. Yeah,
Let him go.
absolutely.
Wild fish like this, we gotta let him go,
Oh,
huh?
yeah. He's gonna be bigger the next time I get.
Woo!
right.
He's gone.
Thank you, buddy.
Here's the little Delaware River fish shake. Watch this. Now dunk your hand in the water.
All right.
Okay.
I want to do. There we go. Thanks, man.
You're welcome, buddy.
That was good. That was good.
All right, Jim, here we go.
All right, Curly.
That's for the wild trout of the Delaware River.
Of America on the
America.
Big D. Looks good, Curly.
Freedom hat. Looks great, Curly. And it gets better as the year goes on.
Absolutely. This is a tailwater, and what happens is in the summertime when all the streams in Pennsylvania aren't fishable, other than the spring creeks that are running cold all the time, you know, a big tailwater like this stays cold. So when little streams dry up, people think there's no fishing. The best time to fish this river for hatches is in July and August,
Okay.
when it's really warm out, because
Everybody else think it's too warm.
and they're releasing cold water, and that's the big attraction here. You got a lot of room behind you. Just make it high. That's it. Nice cast.
And all that casting paid off again.
Yeah, turn them to the right, Jake. You got them on the reel? You know what? He's gonna move down a little bit, isn't he? He's going, isn't he? Yep. Let's just move. We're gonna go with him, okay? We're gonna go with him. Give him a little bit of line. Lower your rod a little bit. That's it. Keep the tension on him, though. Keep the tension on him. I'm just gonna move him to the right here a little. And nice and easy. That's it. Okay, I'm gonna drop anchor. All right. Look at him tug.
I know.
That 12-pound tippet really works, doesn't it? Skitter him right in. When you get him up, skitter him. Skitter him, skitter him, skitter him, skitter him, skitter him. I got him.
All right.
Woo!
I'll tell you, that thing just whacked me. I was almost half asleep in that current there.
No, you weren't sleeping, were
I
you?
was asleep. Like I was just looking at it.
You bent your fly.
Did he? Oh, he did.
Wait till you see this fish. Now this is a healthy Delaware brown. Jake.
Oh, take a look. That is a dandy brown trout.
And it's a male too.
How long do you think he is?
16, 17 inches, you know.
Oh, and what a fighter. What an incredible fighter. That is gorgeous.
Now on a dry fly rod, if we hook this fish, he'd been 30, 40 yards downstream. You got to let him run so you won't break him off. But fishing these big streamers, when you hook them, you're going to land them.
And he's got 12-pound test or
Yep.
whatever it was. Nice.
You see the dark spot there?
Yeah.
They're German browns.
Beautiful.
Woo!
All right. Thank you, buddy. Thank you. Got it. Thank you very much.
That was sweet.
And how about that? Jim Kostalnik, thank you very much. Curly, the other guide with the camera boat, thank you very much. Delaware browns, and it's
Man,
only
Jake.
going to get better, he said.
You know, what you didn't have in quantity, you certainly had it in quality. Those fish were every bit as big as this mounted one here.
And he actually said to us, he said, you know what the thing is? You'll throw your arm off, but when you hook one, it's going to be a
well
goodie.
worth it. And you know what? I could live with that. I could take one like that in the course of 2 or 3 hours of fishing.
I certainly can too.
Yeah.
Now, you know the saying, oh, boy, if I only had a camera, you won't believe what I saw?
Yeah.
How about this? When we were there, we said, boy, if we only had a camera, and we did. Brian Hollingshead, our producer, was there in the other camera boat as we saw this incredible thing along the Delaware River on one of the islands. Here it comes, over to you, Brian. Look at this, it's gonna cross right in front of us.
Oh, you saw him.
Turn, no, it's gonna cross, it's crossing.
Yeah. Oh,
Is that not the coolest thing, Jim?
how about that, huh? That's money shot there,
That's
buddy.
worth the price of admission, isn't it?
Yeah.
Give us the splash. Yes.
Up the hill, watch him. How about that, huh?
How often do your clients get to see that?
Woo! That was great.
All right. All right. It certainly was great. Take a look at this again in slow motion. Ken, have you ever seen anything like this?
I have never seen that type of a situation, and I'm telling you right now, as a still photographer, I would love to have had my camera, but the chances of that happening are pretty slim.
Right now, we'd
Look
be
at
clicking
that
away
shot
at that.
right there.
You know,
Wow.
it's never failed us, the Delaware River, whether we find eagles flying or ospreys feeding. The Delaware River is just always so filled with incredible video and picture opportunities like that.
What a deal there. That bear must have probably not long ago come out of hibernation. He's on the hunt for food, and I suppose they would feed on some fish in the river, wouldn't you think?
I think they'd eat anything they could get their hands on at that point.
Yeah, hungry.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't you guys that were interested in
Thank
fortunately.
goodness I didn't run myself down with
Yeah.
trout. Well, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we've got much more, so stick around. POL Classic, we'll have much more of it on WNEP Plus right after this.
Welcome back to Pennsylvania Outdoor Life. And you know, speaking of having your camera with you, here are some people that did have their cameras with them.
We open this week's edition of Pennsylvania People and Places with 12-year-old Brandon Allen of German. He shot this 3-point buck at 10 a.m. of the opening morning while hunting in Lackawanna County. This is Brandon's first year of hunting and his first deer. Congratulations, Brandon.
From 3 points to 9. Next we see Marty Kilgore of Jim Thorpe and the 9-point buck that he harvested while hunting during the past archery season. Marty tells us that he also shot a doe during the muzzleloader season with his inline.
And here we see James Mariusz and the 25-inch northern pike he caught while fishing off his father-in-law's dock on Lake Wallenpaupack. While teaching his daughter Haley how to fish, James hooked into this beauty. It's always nice when your lessons bear results. Maybe, James, you could share some of your secrets with us sometime.
An 8-year-old Nate Virio of Harvey's Lake is seen here holding the 16-pound catfish that he caught while fishing on the Susquehanna River. We're told that this fish put up such a fight that it took Nate 45 minutes to land this monster. Way to go, Nate.
And finally, here's Robert Engvelson and the spring gobbler he bagged last year. This turkey sported an 8 3/4-inch beard. Robert finally managed to get his bird on the Tuesday of the last week of the spring season. Great persistence, Robert.
I think it kind of reflects the season right now. We've got turkeys in there. We've got all kinds of fish.
Yep.
I really like the one with the youngster with the catfish. Was about as big as he was.
That was a great picture.
Yeah.
I can't get my mind off of that bear. You're a professional photographer. What would the chances be of catching that in something that you could have sold?
It
say,
would
to a
be
magazine?
difficult. You know, you'd almost have to have an autofocus, or you would have to have your camera pre-focused on the location where the bear hit the water.
like you knew that was going to happen.
Yeah, and what are the chances of getting a good autofocus would make the difference. That would be a great shot. That's a sellable shot to a magazine if you can catch that just right.
If you would catch it.
Yes.
All right. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to give away some fishing lures.
fishing. We have some fishing stuff to give away here. Let's take a quick look at it. We have a number of lures here. A couple of what we call walk the dog lures, a great surface lure for bass. A little bit of a diver lure, it dives shallow. Also a good bass lure, and I have not tried these yet, but they're like bumblebees that swim under the water, Jake.
Look at that. It looks just like a bumblebee.
I don't know. That might take, who knows, even trout.
Would you try it?
I'd give it a try. And some yum lure. You squirt this on there, that just flavors them right up. Or you could put a little bit on your steak. No, don't do that.
I was just going to say, for a little bit of surf and turf kind of thing
don't want
going
to do
on there.
that, no.
We thank Cotton Cordell,
Yes,
Rebel,
Rebel.
and Yum, and let's give that away. And while we're at it, let's mention the fact that we've got some incredible stories coming up. One on some shad research that's being done, as well as a turkey hunt and some other things.
Lots of good things happening, and our lucky winner is Skip Gregus from Shenandoah, Pennsylvania. Skip Gregus.
Congratulations, Skip. Turkey hunt this week?
I hope to get out this weekend. This will be my first chance out. I know you've been out. You've been calling some birds for some people.
We're having some fun.
Yeah, hopefully I'll get a chance.
Just be safe, and you be safe out there. For the whole team here of Pennsylvania Outdoor Life, enjoy the great outdoors. That's it for now. Good night.
Pennsylvania Outdoor Life is a local presentation of WNEP TV. We're proud to serve northeastern and central Pennsylvania.
Do your homework.
Thank you for joining us for a look back at POL Classics. Now I'm going to invite you to join us every Sunday night at 6:30 on WNEP+.